Okay, well, hello. This is Watchdog here, coming back at you. I finally figured out what I'm going to call my viewers. You ready? Just take a guess real quick before I say why I'm going full screen and all that. Have you guessed yet? No? Well, I'm going to call you my Watchians, since I'm Watchdog. It makes sense. So, we're going to go to the mining server, and I'm going to talk about the series I'm doing right now. And I'll put a link, I don't know, the IP address for where I'm going. But I was watching some stuff, and wait a minute. I was watching some stuff, and I like to watch YouTube. That's like my thing. But I was watching one that was kind of like how would you say it, like a IRL series, one where they discuss problems and try to help people fix them or inform them. So I decided I wanted to do one of those. But mine was I wanted to talk about the all big thing of bullying. Yes, bullying. And I'll talk about more things later. It's just I thought this would be a good, starting point. But we're gonna go to a mine because I don't have redstone, so I can't finish what I want to do here. So let's see. Okay, so the reason why I chose this for my first video is because it's the easiest thing for me to talk about. Because in junior high and elementary school, I was probably one of the most bullied people ever. I mean, there was others, but it was pretty bad. I'll be honest, it drove me like to depression and very scary thoughts that I don't like to think about anymore. But then I got in high school and I had a lot of friends and they stuck up for me, I joined the soccer team. Everything was good, but it was a bumpy road to get there. But the reason why I'm going to talk about this is I'm going to try to cover a few, subjects like, what you should do if you're being bullied. I can't think of the other topics at the moment, but what you should do depending on how you feel, and then I'll share my story of my last bully at the end. But so we're going to start with the fact of how you know you're getting bullied. Usually this is teasing, making fun of, constantly someone's going after you, things like that. Some, even though it might be hard to understand, usually the people who bully you have problems, and the only way they feel they can deal with them is by belittling other people, which isn't right, no. But I know with a few of the bullies I had, once I confronted a counselor or something and talked to them, it was I got to know them better, and we became friends. I understood. I tried to help them, and I did. I was pretty successful with that. Most of my friends, not most of them, just I don't know, about 5 or 6 of them I have had over the years were actually my past bullies, and I looked past that for the future, and I helped them through what they were going through, and it was all good. It took a while, I will be honest. It took, after I got them to stop, it took probably a good few years before they would really like to be around me or talk to me. They usually try to stay away from me. But, and then what was the next thing I was going to talk about? what you should do. Now, even though this sounds like when you're in school and that they call you a snitch or worse, it's gotten worse since I've been in elementary and junior high. But you uh, like you need to talk to, I don't know, one of your teachers you trust, maybe if you're in high school or something, your counselor in junior high, those kind of people, people you can trust to talk to. Um, and that's what I done. I know with mine, I've been pretty successful with helping people, even though they get mad at me. Within a few weeks, they end up thanking me because there was a lot of problems in the school. I mean, I will be honest, but I helped prevent a lot of things that could have went very badly. But and that's where we're going to go to our next subject on this, and that is what you should do and how you feel. Like like whenever I was bullied, I was depressed, and I honestly I thought about doing suicide a few times. But how I overcame that was the simple fact I thought for a minute. I thought, okay, well, let's think about if I did do this. If I did do this, who would that really affect? That wouldn't affect the person that bullied me. Maybe, maybe not. Nobody would know. It would cripple your family. I mean, really, all because you didn't step back for a minute and think about what you were doing. I mean, whenever I got over my bullying and I started helping other people, and I prevented 2 suicide attempts and 5 people who tried to cut themselves. And I will be honest, it scared me because they were my friends. I never would have seen them doing this, but that was just some dark times. But what was the next thing I was going to talk about? Sorry, it's a little hard to talk about it. But what was the next thing? Yes. And if you know somebody that's being bullied, here's a saying that should help you. Evil will only exist in this world as long as the good people of this world do nothing. Which is, if you don't know what that means, that basically means that you are being a watcher. You are just watching something very bad happen to somebody and doing nothing. Which, when I thought about it, there was times I did. I was just a watcher. I just stood by and let things happen. And I really regret that now. But, I grew from it. I learned. I got my friends' help. I tried to help them through things. But, this is hard to talk about. Sorry. I know I probably shouldn't have made a video about this, but I want to help people. And I feel like if I share my experiences I've had, maybe, it might help one of you out there. I hope. I mean, that would be, if I could make this video and help one person, just one, I would be so grateful. And, I would be happy. But, now I want to talk about what happened with my last bully. It was my 8th grade year, and I'm not going to say his name because that would not be a wise thing to do, because me and him are good friends now. We moved past it. But he was one of those people that thought he was big and bad and could do pretty much whatever he wanted. He'd push me, shove me, call me names, and that kind of thing. But one day I got fed up with it, and he pushed me up against the wall. I picked him up and drug him across a row of lockers, which shocked the heck out of him because I am, in all honesty, I am not a violent person. I am very, I don't know how you'd say, kind of shy and to myself. I mean, you just wouldn't see me doing this kind of thing. I mean, I know I shocked a lot of my friends, and I even shocked my counselor. He was surprised I'd done this, and this was not the way that it should have been handled. Yes, it did work. He stopped bullying me. He left me alone, and I became his friend. You know, but when I look back at it now, I know that was not the way it was supposed to be handled. At the moment, I was mad. I was ticked. I wanted to get back at him, and that's how I done it, which was not the right thing to do. But you know, I bet some of you know what I mean. I mean, it's you know, you get mad, you get frustrated, you get fed up, and you lash out. I mean, in all honesty, but you know, we've had kids at the high school where there was a few of them I couldn't get to them quick enough, and they would. One of them done a bomb threat to the school, got thrown in jail because of it. But so it's a little hard for me to talk about all this. But if it can help one person, I would, you know, be very happy about it. But then we had a kid on the soccer team, and they were doing a routine drug sweep of the school and found a high-powered BB rifle with hollow point pellets in it, and he had a list of the kids on the soccer team that he was going to hit off. And I know these things are bad, but that's what happened when it went too far. I mean, nobody helped him. I wasn't around him enough to know well enough what was going on, which was a mistake. I mean, they were my soccer teammate. I should have known more. I mean, but I didn't, and that was my fault. But if any of you know what I mean, and a lot of you should that watch this, that, like I said before, there's the only evil that exists in this world is the evil that good people do nothing about, which bullying is one of them. And I see it a lot. I mean, I don't see it as much now. I'm in college, so usually people are more, I wouldn't say respectful, they're just a little better. I don't know how to explain it, but you know, if you ever want to talk to me about this, I'll put an IP I'm usually at, another server. You can come and talk to me. I'm not that hard to track down. My YouTube channel is the same as my gamer tag, only my gamer tag, it has the 96 connected to the watchdog. So if you want to find me that way, you know, I could be there, here at the Pixel, where I'll put an IP in there for there, or you can you know, send me a chat on this channel. You know, I'll try to help you as best as I can for what you tell me. I mean, there's limits to what I can do, but I can give you advice, and sometimes advice is all you need. I mean, that maybe getting pointed in the right direction, but you know, I think that I would just be happy if one person seen this and stopped one person from bullying another. Just one. I would be happy with that. if it could just help one person, which to me, to you, it might not sound like much, but think about it. That one person that could prevent a suicide, a school shooting like that's been going on a lot. I mean, it can prevent a lot of stuff. And just, all it takes is one person to stand up and say, "You cannot do this to this person," or grab a teacher, a counselor, another friend, confront them. You know, it. That's all it takes to pull somebody out of that rut and help them. And that's what I hope anybody can do. It, it doesn't take much. It just takes a few words to stand up to somebody that does this stuff. But if you stand up to a bully, do not become one, because that can happen. Do not become a bully by standing up to another bully. It does not work. It makes things worse. Trust me, I have seen it. It does. But you know, I'll you know, if you want to track me down, I'll leave the IPs for the servers I go on. You can find me that way. You can leave me a comment. I talk to anyone that will talk to me. I mean, I'm just that kind of person. And if I can find a way to help you, I will. That's just how I am. If I can figure out a way to help you, I will. I will always give someone advice if they ask for it. That's all it takes, is someone to ask. But you know, I will say that this will be the first episode, part of the series. Probably the next ones I'll make will be on, I can't remember. I think one of them's relationships, and even though I've never been in one, but I've helped a lot of people deal with relationships. It's sometimes good to have a third party person in on the matter. But I'll probably do relationships, and if you leave me a comment telling me what else you might like to know, you know, I can always give it a whirl. You know, if I don't know, I can, like, personally know. I can, you know, leave, research it and find out. I mean, I'll try to help if I can, but I can only help if someone asks. And that's all it takes. You just have to send me a comment, you know, telling me you might need help with something. I can help you, or at least try. But yeah, sorry for the ghost skin. It's Halloween, so you know I want to be a ghost. But with saying that, you know, tell me if you like this video. Tell me if it helped you. Leave a comment. I am trying. I won't have videos every day on stuff because, you know, I go to college. I got to do other stuff. But you know, if you leave me a comment, I'll get back to you as fast as I can. You know, it might take a little bit of time, but I'll do my best. But you know, if you like what I'm doing, you know, hit me up with the like button, subscribe. I'll be doing more stuff like Sky Wars and Map Watch and a few other things in the future. So you know, and yeah, I'm gonna start calling you all of my watch-ins now. So I hope that's fine. You know, tell me if that's fine in the comments. But this is Watchdog, and I will sign off for today.